Nidhi, first question. So, at that time, why you choose Nanhua University?
Firstly, hi everybody. My name is Nidhi. I am an Indian who is currently studying at the Nanhua University's Chinese Learning Center. So the first question the teacher asked why I chose Nanhua University for learning Chinese in Taiwan. So firstly, I say initially last year I got this scholarship, but during the pandemic situation, it was not very safe to fly to another country. So at that time, I extended my scholarship, and during the month of March of 2022, I came to Taiwan. At that time, I had two options. One was National Taiwan University's Chinese Learning Center, and another one was Nanhua University's Chinese Learning Center. During that time, while I was in my own country and I was working on processing all my visa and my documents, I came across few problems from both sides. One was that because this was my first time moving out of my own country, so I had some questions regarding visas and the study situations and the providing situation. What are all the options that both the universities were providing? So I calculated and I compared both the things, and I found that Nanhua University situation was better because firstly, whenever I had few questions or any question regarding visas or quarantine facilities or the university facilities that they provide in Chinese Learning Center, I found that Nanhua was not only providing me the response through email within 1 day or 2 days, but the National Taiwan University asked me to wait until 8 to 9 business days to get any response. And during pandemic situation, the visa offices were working only for 1 day every week for the visa regarding situation. So timing was very crucial for me, and each day was very important for me. So at that time, quick response was very crucial for me. So Nanhua at that point was very crucial for me. And secondly, I was comparing, like, if I'm going out of my own country, the very big question is the safety, whether the country is safe or not. So I found that National Taiwan University asked me to rent an apartment outside the university campus. So at that time, I thought if I rent a place outside, I don't know who my neighbors will be and whether I will be safe in that environment or not. But if I'm living in a campus environment or in a hostel like that, so I'll be more safer because I know all our students environment will be more safer, and with students I'll be more safe and secure. So when I saw that Nanhua was providing me a hostel, and other than that, I think the other study situation was equally very good for Nanhua's side. So after comparing each and everything, and finally I decided with Nanhua University.
Okay, so the second question, it's been a long time that you've been learning Chinese in the Chinese-speaking environment. So how do you feel?
When I was learning, because I have learned in my own country, at that time I came across a problem which was very important for a foreign language learner. It is like, if we can't communicate with the native speakers, we feel that our listening and our speaking may not be that good. So I also faced the same situation. So at that time, I also decided if I really want to improve my Chinese language speaking and listening, I need to put myself into the environment which is very suitable for my improving speaking and learning abilities. So at that time, luckily I came across the Taiwan government's Huayu Enrichment Scholarship, and luckily I also got that scholarship. So at that time I thought, since stars are all aligned, so why not take this chance and go out of country and study and improve my Chinese language skills. After coming to Taiwan and being in this environment, I think every day in my everyday life, I'm almost every day listening so much of Chinese on roadsides, on stalls, or wherever I'm going, I'm listening so much of Chinese. And other than that, wherever I go, for example, I go to shop, I go to any place to buy things, I use Chinese to talk to them. So I think because this environment was so suitable, my Chinese speaking and listening improved very fastly within a very short span of time. So I think environment plays a very crucial role in learning a foreign language. So that's why I think after coming here, my Chinese really improved. And if anybody wants to improve their Chinese, I think they should also consider moving into a Chinese learning environment for better progress.
Okay, so the third question, because Nanhua University located in Dalian, Jiayi City. So the question that I will ask you to share with everyone is, as a Dalian ambassador, what are the beautiful things that you would like to share with everyone?
Teacher gave me a really huge title. Now that it's my responsibility to have a good impression of Dalian on all the listeners who are going to watch this video. So let me say that even when I first heard of Dalian, I had no impression of this place. I heard Dalian, where is it? Because once you first hear of Taiwan, you all think of Taipei city, Taipei the capital, the very lightning bustling city. But Dalian, nobody has any impression of this city. But I also chose this city and I had no impression at that time. But after coming here, most of the people that I come across, they were all like, Dalian, it's a sleepy city, slow city, only belongs to old people. Young people feel so bored over here. It's not like that hustling, bustling, it's totally boring, not suitable for young people. But after being here for more than 5 months, you can say that as a person who has already stayed for quite some time, I can say from my personal experience that Dalian, although yes, it is not very bustling and very interesting city compared to the bigger cities, but I can say for sure that this is a very beautiful city. Not only beautiful in sense that the sceneries or the location, but I can say that people are also equally beautiful, making this place even more special. You go wherever, people are so kind and so helpful. On road, if you are lost, you don't know your way, you just ask any person randomly. They will not only help you finding your way out, they will also at sometimes will help you to go to that place. They will help you reach your destination. That is the kindness of the people over here, which I think it's very hard to find in bigger cities. Another reason I can say why Dalian is a very beautiful city is that because this is not that hustling bustling, so life is very easy and slow. So if you want to study with full concentration, this peaceful environment I think is more suitable for anyone who is motivated to learn, and I think such type of peaceful environment is most suitable for learning. So I think Dalian is a very beautiful place for learning.
Okay, question number 4. You've been attending many activities and some field trips. So what do you think about those experiences? Are those experiences bring you more like learning motivations or other things?
Regarding activities, firstly when I came here I thought I'll be only attending classes, but when I came across this activity was super interesting, and each activity was teaching or learning. Every day you are learning something new within these activities, and these activities make the learning experience more enriching, more interesting for the learner, because every day coming to class, looking at the books and reading makes everything super boring. But when you participate in these activities, come across new people, learn new talent or skills, this thing becomes more interesting. The process becomes more and more enriching for a learner. I can say that I have been in this Chinese learning center for 6 months, and within the short span of 6 months, I have participated in numerous activities, and I can say with my personal experience that each activity, each skill that I learned during this activity was so enriching. Not only I was able to learn more about the culture of Taiwan. During these activities, I was coming across new people from various different countries, various different thought and ideology people. And when we are communicating with these people like we exchange ideas and communicate our thoughts. You get to learn so much other than those like books or monotonous thing. You also get to learn, and you get to make friends with these new people. That is, I think, the beauty of each and every activity that we have attended during this learning period. I think learning with activities with learning is a very, very good combination.
Okay, last question. So some students may think that learning Chinese is a very difficult thing or a very difficult language. So do you have any suggestions for them?
Agreed, 100% agreed. Because I also, when started, I was like, oh, why I chose Chinese? Oh, Chinese is super difficult language. But I can say any language, whatever language other than your mother tongue, when you start learning any foreign language, the first and most important thing I would say is you had to be a little, shameless is a big word, I can say you have to be a little bit unrestricted in your nature. You have to like take a risk. You don't have to always like think about like, oh, if I say wrong this word, what will people think? If I don't say correctly, maybe the listener won't be able to understand what I am communicating. So if all the time you are always thinking about what other person is going to think if you are going to be wrong, then I think you should just leave learning new language. But if you are learning a new language, the first and the biggest motivation you should have is that you should consider yourself as a small kid. You should just think that I'm a small child who is going to get into a new environment, who is going to learn a new skill. So just like a small kid doesn't feel shame or anything when he's making a mistake or saying a wrong word. If he is saying wrong, his parents or the people who are listening to him, they will help him to improve. Same goes with a a person who is first time learning a new language. You also have to be like that small kid. Have a lot of curiosity in your heart and just speak out whatever you think you want, whatever you learn, just use it in your daily life. Because if you use it in your daily life, no matter whether you say wrong or right, if you are saying wrong, people around you, they are kind enough, they will help you. Because this is not our mother tongue. So during saying or speaking, we make mistake, and that is very normal. Because if you don't make mistake, then I think you are already mastering that language. So it's very fine to make mistake during your learning processes. This makes the process more wholesome, I think. But if you are learning a new language and you are always considering feeling mistakes will be made by you, then I think the learning process will be more difficult, and your not only speaking skill, listening will speak. The whole process of your learning this new language will be more difficult, and your progress will be slower and slower. So while learning a new language, first start with being a little confident in yourself and just move forward with whatever you are learning. Just go forward and use it in your daily life. This is the first motivation. Other than because in a language speaking, other than listening, speaking, writing and reading, the important part, each part is equally important. But when you start with speaking, you gradually move to other levels, and each level will make you get more better in the language, and finally you will be able to get a full and a proper grasp of that language. So during a new language learning, just move forward with a confidence. That is my thought, my idea for all the people who want to learn or possess a new language.
Okay, thank you for this precious sharing.
Thank you everybody. I hope all the listeners who want to learn a new foreign language or you want to come to Chinese Language Center, I think Chinese is a very beautiful language, and I hope that more people can come here and learn this beautiful language. Thank you everybody.